What's up, guys? Today we're going to be installing some race seats into Rusty Emerson's Camaro behind me. Many of you that have been following the channel for a while, you know that this car has been here for a couple years now, and that seems like a long time, but this build kind of started off as just a typical turbo setup like we do on anything else, and then it turned into the full wiring, many other details in the engine bay, swapping the intake, doing complete fuel system, pretty much front to back the entire car. So in the meantime, while we're waiting on Dieters to finish the piping, Rusty decided to buy himself some rather expensive seats, some Recaro carbon seats. And today we're going to be taking out the stock seats, which we've already got them out behind me. You can see them here. And we're going to be installing these carbon seats. Now, I don't follow much of the interior stuff or know really much about what people are doing nowadays, but I figured somebody might want to see this really expensive set of seats get installed in this car and how they look when it's all said and done. So here we have the all carbon Recaro seats, Recaro, however you say it. I told him when he shipped these seats here, he said pull them out of the box and look at them. I said they look like they ought to be in a Lambo or something, just the way they are. But they look really slick, really well made. They look like what they cost. I think they're about $3,000 a piece. So we got the seats. He also bought the brackets that go with them. We've got the brackets for both seats here, and we also got the sliders that they also offer. So this seat will be adjustable just like a OEM style seat. Obviously it won't have lumbar and all the power stuff like the factory seats did, but you'll be able to slide it forward and back to be able to access the back seat and adjust it for the driver as well. So yeah, the other bracket is laying over there. I've already got one of the base brackets here. This is also, he also got this. I don't think this is a Recaro brand. I think this is a Planted brand, is what it says. But these go in just like the factory seats. They have the little hook on the bottom, which goes in the floor here, and then the two bolts on the back. Couldn't use the factory bolts because they're too long to get in between the bracket, so I had to swap out for some M10s that we had on the shelf. Just put some larger washers on there to finish it out. But this one's pretty much in and ready to receive the other bracket. So I'm gonna go through the instructions and I'm gonna figure out how to get these things in there right, and then we'll walk you through the process and show you the finished product. So the seat is in the car, and it looks like we're going to be using the outside. It's got a lot of bolt slots on this lower bracket, and it looks like we're going to be using the very outside front corners and rear corners on this bracket. So it comes with bolts. These are M8s, but it does not come with nuts. I guess this is intended for a lot of different purposes, but they do include the bolts. You'll just have to get you some nuts, and I've got some nylocks here I'm going to put on it with some larger washers on the bottom of this so the nut don't try to come through this. So let's get it bolted up and see how it looks. So everything's bolted in for good now and tight, basically ready to go down the road. I didn't show, but I bolted the seat belt up. I'll slide the seat up here and show you. Just took the original, well, if you can see, took the original seat belt off. Well, it's hard to see in there, it's dark. Took the original seat belt off the side of the seat here and just swapped out the bolt for something that I could just put through the hole. It's got a little provision for the original seat belt, or any type of seat belt there, a harness or whatever. But it's a nice looking piece. Slide it back in, get in the car. Joey over here acting like an idiot. Sits really nice. I would compare it to maybe a Kirky 17 as far as how it feels on me. My my race seat that I race in my car is a 16, and it's pretty snug. This one has maybe a little bit more room, so I would compare it to maybe a 17 Kirky as far as the way it feels. The slide works really good. It'll put you all the way up here in the dash if you want it to, or way back here. I'm sure there's more adjustment, but this should be plenty for Rusty based on the size that he is, or what he's told me. So that's your basic seat install in one of these cars. I know I didn't video taking the other seat out. I will give you some pointers though. This little piece right here, the harness for the seat, it has a little square piece on the side that's got little lines in it. You'll need to pull that piece straight out to get the harness unplugged. I'll show you that right quick. If I can see it under here. There we go. So this harness, that little piece right there, you will just pull it out. And as you pull it out, it's going to lift the harness off of itself. There we go. You can see that's how it unplugs. Just pull that out and it will lift it as it pulls out. And then when you plug it back in, you push it back in. So that's a little simple video installing these seats. we'll get the other one in whenever we get this trim piece on. Remember, we can't install it because this all goes together as one, and if I put the seat in, I'll basically have to take everything back apart to get this trim piece on. So I'm sure Rusty will call the company he got them from and get us a new piece, and then we'll get the other one in and this will be done. So little short video, just showing you different stuff we're getting into. So see you next time.